For the first time ever, Germany failed to qualify from the World Cup group stages. Credit Reuters. The 2018 Russia World Cup has been exciting and devastating in equal measure as pre-tournament predictions look more inaccurate by the day. Giant killings have stolen the show so far, and this Friday will begin the first set of quarter-finals ever not to feature one of Germany, Spain, Argentina or Portugal. Each nation struggled during their short stay in Russia but for a few select moments they failed to capture the imagination of the crowds. What happened to these four great footballing nations? Is there anything in common between the ousted giants of Russia? Relying on moments of magic, each nation struggled to find any rhythm or cohesion as a team, and this meant that any success they achieved was often the result of individual moments of brilliance by key men. When those players were locked out of the game, there seemed little in the way of a plan B, and World Cups cannot be won on freak moments alone. The first grandstand moment of the tournament came from Cristiano Ronaldo, who finished off his hat-trick against Spain with a sublime free kick in the 88th minute and salvaged a draw for Portugal. In their next match he scored only goal in a 1-0 win over Morocco. Cristiano Ronaldo scored 4 of his side's 6 goals in Russia. Credit Getty Images. At times in Russia, it looked as though Portugal were aimless, simply waiting for their record goal scorer to produce some magic, confident that, no matter how much they struggled, Ronaldo would bail them out as he has done so many times in the past. When he couldn't, they found themselves in trouble. Against Iran, Ronaldo missed a penalty, a key moment that would have seen Portugal top the group had he scored. Then, against Uruguay, he was stifled by Diego Godin and Jose Jimenez, leaving his teammates to do it on their own. They couldn't. His great rival Lionel Messi bore an even bigger burden. He was almost deified by his manager and teammates in the build-up to Russia, who all but admitted that they expected him to pull them through. It did happen, once. Needing a win against Nigeria, Messi pulled off a moment of such nuanced genius that it was difficult to see with the naked eye. Then, a stunning volley by Marcos Rojo sent them through to the knockout stages. Lionel Messi has scored 3 of his 6 World Cup goals against Nigeria. Credit Getty Images. Against France, however, Messi was wrangled by N'Golo Kante, and unsurprisingly Rojo cannot be relied upon to score regular 15-yard volleys. Argentina, like Portugal, crashed out when these grand but freakish moments never came. For Germany, Toni Kroos played the savior as his other teammates failed to deliver. His last-minute free kick against Sweden tricked us all into thinking they would bounce back into their stride and begin playing the irresistible football of 4 years ago. But Germany were left dazed against a spirited South Korea, looking to one another, assuming that with so many excellent players there would inevitably come a moment of match-winning quality, a moment needed in the absence of any unity or flow. It never came, and they went home. As for Spain, Diego Costa bullied group stage defenses into submission all on his own, and Nacho scored what is surely one of the goals of the tournament against Portugal. But as with all the others, when the magic stopped, Spain were out. Spain took the lead against Portugal through Nacho's stunning strike. Credit AFP. The 2018 World Cup also marks an end of an era for these nations who had built their squads around players now in the twilight of their careers, and who struggled to have the same impact as in previous tournaments. It's no secret that this Portugal side is built to accommodate the talents of Ronaldo, but at 33 he has likely played in his last international tournament. Pepe, too, was one of the world's best defenders 4 years ago, but he should not have been responsible for leading Portugal's backline at the age of 35. 31-year-old Messi is expected to retire from Argentina duty for a second time, while Javier Mascherano, 34, never looked comfortable against the class of Luka Modric and was completely incapable of stopping Kylian Mbappe from bursting through midfield. There may not be many sympathetic goodbyes for Spain captain Sergio Ramos, who turns 33 next March, and is unlikely to play again at this level. On the other hand, many will mourn the career of Andres Iniesta, who has already announced his retirement from international duty at the age of 34. David Silva, too, is unlikely to play in another World Cup as he approaches his 33rd birthday. Sergio Ramos was part of Spain's 2010 World Cup winning squad. Credit, Getty Images. For Germany, Khedira, 31, who was part of the indomitable spine of the 2014 World Cup winning side, looked past his best. Mats Hummels, Marco Reus and Kroos will also all be 32 or over when Qatar comes around. These players have inspired a generation of football fans through their deeds for their countries, but Russia 2018 may have been one tournament too many for each of them to still carry the expectations of a nation. Managers, omissions and mismatches. Of course, each team has also had a unique set of struggles contributing to their downfalls. Argentina manager Jorge Sampaoli was lampooned and lambasted in equal measure as he seemed to hand over the reins to Messi and Mascherano. His unbreakable faith in Messi as well as his insistence that Argentina could play like Barcelona also prevented them from playing to the strengths and resources at their disposal. It's hard to believe that Spain would have been unaffected by the departure of a former manager Julian Lopetegui on the eve of their World Cup opener against Portugal. This was Lopetegui's team and Spain had played excellent football under his leadership, going 23 matches unbeaten including a 6-1 thrashing of Argentina. World Cup record, Germany. It's hard to criticize Germany manager Joachim Löw, who had taken Germany to 6 consecutive semi-finals at major tournaments prior to Russia, but his omission of Leroy Sane seems like a big mistake in retrospect as Germany looked desperately blunt in attack, while Thomas Muller was out of sorts and Mario Gomez anonymous. For Portugal, it's more cut and dry. The team is shamelessly reliant on Ronaldo, and they are lacking in quality in other areas of the pitch. José Fonte and an aging Pepe were a mismatch for Uruguay's Edison Cavani and Luis Suarez. Ricardo Quaresma's goal against Iran also ensured that all three of Portugal's goal scorers were over the age of 33. While these teams must retreat and rebuild, there are 4 news spaces available for other nations to make their mark on the World Cup. With just 4 former victors remaining and 3 competing in one half of the draw, the possibility of a new World Cup winner seem more and more likely. World Cup newsletter promo. End of article.